two actors are supposed to be tearing each other apart on screen. One line calls for grinding your bones to dust. Off camera, they can't get through the scene without laughing. That gap between what the script demands and what's actually happening on set is where this story starts, and it's exactly why Rabbit News Hallyu wanted to dig into it. This second Too Much, the Republic-era romance revenge drama starring Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan, premiered on July 19, 2026. On screen, their characters, a young master consumed by obsession and a young widow caught between love and vengeance, deliver some of the most melodramatic dialogue Chinese period drama has produced in years. Off-screen, the two leads have become almost impossible to separate from their own laughter. Start with the read-throughs. Cast members reportedly couldn't get through certain lines, grinding someone's bones to dust, tearing a person apart out of longing, without breaking character entirely. 1 second they're channeling grief and fury. The next, they're both smiling at each other. Then came the 3-second eye contact challenge on a variety segment, which the internet immediately turned into a punchline. Two actors playing a couple consumed by obsessive love couldn't hold a gaze for 3 full seconds without glancing away. A kissing scene near a sink reportedly went sideways when Wang Churan accidentally bit Zhang Linghe's lip mid-take, and the aftermath, him touching his mouth, visibly sulking, became its own clip, passed around far more than the scene itself. That pattern held through the promotional run too. During a live stream, the pair reenacted scenes from each other's earlier dramas, including one particularly savage line, and neither of them could deliver it with a straight face while still in full period costume. In a separate variety appearance, Wang Churan spilled water on a host during a game segment and apologized so fast that, as one clip suggested, the apology practically beat the water to the ground. It's a small moment, but it's the kind of small moment that ends up outperforming the big ones. Here's the part worth sitting with: none of this was the marketing plan. The bloopers weren't a campaign. They were leftover footage, the stuff that normally gets trimmed. And that's exactly why it ended up carrying more weight than almost anything the official rollout produced. Chinese drama marketing has leaned on behind-the-scenes content for years, usually as a supplement, a bonus reel released once the main promotional push has already landed. What's happening around this second Too Much runs the opposite direction. Multiple viewers have pointed out that the contrast between the show's over-the-top on-screen melodrama and the lead's inability to keep a straight face behind the scenes is more compelling than the drama itself. Edited compilations built around that exact contrast spread fast, riding a very simple joke: the more intense the couple pretends to be, the harder the actors playing them lose it. That's a marketing dynamic worth naming directly. When official production values are inconsistent, genuine, unscripted chemistry between two leads can end up doing more work than the show's actual content. It's harder to fake, cheaper to produce, and increasingly, audiences treat it as the more trustworthy version of the story a studio is trying to sell them. A cast that visibly likes working together has become its own promotional asset, one that doesn't show up in any official campaign brief, but performs better than most things that do. Which raises the other half of this: how are two actors supposed to stay convincing, night after night, playing tragic lovers speaking a script full of gothic excess? Holding character through lines that border on self-parody, while the person across from you is barely holding it together either, takes real discipline. The professional read here is straightforward. An actor who can only play serious struggles the moment material tips into melodrama this heavy. An actor who can hold conviction on camera and then laugh about it the second the director calls cut is doing something harder, toggling between full commitment and self-awareness without letting either one undercut the show. That instinct got tested harder when the costume backlash hit. Episodes 6 and 7 put both leads in pilot uniforms for a flight sequence meant to land as sleek and dramatic. Instead, cheap-looking green screen work and an abrupt tonal shift turned the scene into a meme, with viewers comparing it, not kindly, to the beloved Chinese animated classic Shuk and Beta. Opinions split fast. Some viewers called the look so bad it's endearing and leaned into it as comic relief. Others argued the low-budget effects undercut the leaked pre-release photos of the two leads in military uniform and cheongsam, photos that had already built real anticipation, and that the gap between what was promised and what aired was a genuine letdown. What the two actors did next is worth paying attention to, because it's a choice, not an accident. Rather than deflect the criticism, they leaned straight into it during press interviews. Zhang Linghe joked that excellent pilots are requesting to go into battle. Wang Churan said hanging in the flight rig made her feel like the little mouse flying a plane. Neither line defended the visual effects. Both redirected the conversation toward the actor's own likability instead of the production's shortcomings, and it worked. The comparison to Shuk and Beta flipped from ridicule into one of the show's most shared moments of the summer, proof that self-deprecating humor can do more damage control than a formal statement ever would. Zoom out and this isn't an isolated case. Chinese period dramas have leaned on lead actor chemistry to carry uneven production for years. It's cheaper to cast two performers who genuinely enjoy working together than to fund flawless visual effects across an entire season. What makes this rollout worth flagging is how openly the imbalance is showing. The official trailer cuts, the styled promotional stills, the polished interviews, none of that generated as much organic conversation as a blooper reel nobody planned to release. That's a signal about where audience trust currently sits in the C-drama ecosystem, less with the marketing department's curated version of a show, more with whatever leaks out unscripted. Studios have started to notice, which is part of why behind-the-scenes footage now gets cut, subtitled, and pushed out almost as fast as official content, instead of sitting in an archive somewhere. Underneath all of this sits a bigger shift in how fans engage with a C-drama. Once it develops any kind of viral momentum, they start making the content themselves. Fans began pulling specific frames, the two leads embracing in snow, dancing together at sunset, framed symmetrically on either side of a window, and turning them into matching profile picture sets. That trend picked up on Weibo on its own, separate from anything the official account pushed, though the official account did follow with matched individual portraits once the trend caught on. It's worth being precise about what that actually is: audiences responding to the visual chemistry built between two characters on screen, not evidence of anything about the actors' real lives off it. But it says something real about how fast viewers got invested in this specific screen pairing, and how quickly that investment turned into content fans were willing to produce for free, the kind of unpaid, viral distribution most marketing budgets can't buy. That fan-driven layer also travels further than the domestic conversation. International audiences following C-drama through clip accounts and reaction channels tend to encounter shows exactly this way, not through the official trailer, but through a compilation of bloopers or a set of matching profile pictures that shows up on a timeline first. By the time a lot of overseas viewers actually sit down to watch the drama itself, they've already absorbed the off-screen version of the story, two actors who seem to genuinely like each other, playing characters who are supposed to destroy one another. That sequencing, chemistry before content, increasingly shapes whether a period drama crosses over internationally at all, regardless of how the show performs on its home platform. That investment now sits next to a harder set of complaints. Critics and bloggers have flagged a rough AI-generated opening sequence, costuming and makeup that reportedly doesn't hold up to Republic-era accuracy, dialogue that tips into unintentional comedy, and inconsistent quality across the back half of the episode run. Some viewers have said outright that the leaked pre-release photos promised a stronger show than the one that actually aired, that the gap between expectation and execution is the real story of this rollout. Put both halves together and you get a fairly specific case study in how a drama survives its own weak spots. This second too much is a show where audience affection is running well ahead of technical execution, where what's keeping people watching isn't the plot or the visual effects, but two actors whose off-camera chemistry turned into more compelling content than any marketing department could have planned for. Whether that goodwill is enough to carry the back half of the season, or whether the production issues eventually catch up with it, is the part still playing out in real time. If you like entertainment coverage that goes past the headline, the kind that looks at why something is actually working instead of just reporting that it's trending, that's the whole point of Rabbit News Hallyu. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just news.